Well, friends, the time has finally come. On July 22nd, Free Comic Book Day gave us the first taste of Horizon's new comic series. Though it's the first of the upcoming series, this specific book is designated as Issue 0 and takes place directly after the final event of Horizon Zero Dawn. So, if you haven't finished the main story, there are some spoilers ahead. The story begins immediately after Hades is defeated and purged from Minerva's transmission array, an event that is now known as the Battle of the Elite. That very evening, we see the survivors of the fight celebrating with one another. We see Erend and Varl among those in attendance, along with the Sun King Avad accompanied by his advisor, Blameless Marad. Notably absent, however, is Aloy, who is only spotted by Sunhawk Talana as she makes her exit. In Talana's narration, she says the following concerning Aloy. She had brought us peace, but found her own peace to be elusive. On the back of a strider, Aloy leaves the City of the Sun and is not seen or heard from again in the story. Weeks pass and Talana grows restless. Though she too achieved her ultimate goal, honoring her fallen family and rising to the highest rank of the Hunter's Lodge, she is unsure of what should come next. From here, a brief spat of dissension is seen within the Hunter's Lodge, as one of its members, Chiron, is denied a contract from the village of Rising Light by the retired hawk, Legan. Arrogant and noble-born, Talana denies he and his compatriots, noting that he isn't terrible when it comes to the hunt, but his noble friends couldn't find the eye on a watcher. When he tries to refute her, Talana goes on to wound Chiron's pride further, pointing out that his family did not earn their titles as hers had, but were rather bought by their wealth. Just as Chiron begins to threaten the Sunhawk, he is interrupted by his luminance Avad. The quarrel is ended, but not forgotten. With large portions of the city damaged or destroyed, Avad offers Talana the position of Special Advisor to the Council for Restoration of Meridian, which by context, she seems to accept. Though an important role, both she and Erend find themselves rather bored by the mundane council proceedings and jump at the chance for some action when Meridian's perimeter alarm is sounded. At the gates, they bring down an attacking Sawtooth before facing two Ravagers. Both in melee, they break their attack when Erend throws a blaze canister into the fray, which Talana detonates with a perfectly placed arrow, bringing the skirmish to a close. This brings us to the last scene of the story, which shows Talana standing outside the City of the Sun, holding the contract that had been denied to Chiron. There, she sets out to complete the challenge, stating, "I've got some hunting of my own to do." A quick but compelling story, one that seems to focus on a figure who has achieved all she has set out to do, yet remains unfulfilled. Along with some interesting details that the story provides, the comic also gives some brief background to those who are less familiar with the world of Horizon, but also new lore that has only now been revealed. To start, Sunhawk Talana has taken on a new thrush, an Utaru by the name of Milu. Whether Aloy has been replaced due to her disappearance, or the bylaws of the Lodge have been further changed by the Sunhawk to permit multiple thrushes, Talana has taken someone else under her wing. At the back of the book, in the Tribe section, we learn more about the Utaru as a whole than we had before. It states the following. Closer to the Sundom, the agrarian Utaru defend their fields with expert archers. Despite knowing them to be a predominantly peaceful society, it seems that the tribe does have skilled warriors among them. How these warriors impacted the red raids of the Karja still remains a mystery. This section also states that the Karja are indeed the most powerful of Horizon's tribes, a fact that has been alluded to in the lore but only now has confirmation. Finally, and perhaps the most exciting piece of new information, comes when discussing the Tenakth, one of the more obscure and unknown tribes in Horizon Zero Dawn, following the Utaru section. Beyond them lie the fearsome Tenakth, masters of the Forbidden West, their clan lands consumed by constant internecine war. Though this section also alludes to other mysterious tribes to the west, as does the scanned glyph describing the region, it seems very likely that the tribe we get the best glimpse of in the release trailer is the Tenakth, being that the quote used the word internecine, meaning conflict within a group or destructive to both sides. Their warring nature may leave them more fractured than most, akin to what we saw between the Karja factions in HCD. Granted, this tale gave us little as to what happened to our red-haired huntress after the looming shadow, but I can't wait to delve into the following stories the comics will provide. Is Erend coming with us into the Forbidden West? What challenges will Talana face before the sequel? Are these Tenakth in the West different than the ones we believe to be in the South? Hopefully, all this and more will be answered in the upcoming issues, helping us stand the wait until we can travel into the Forbidden West. And that brings our journey to an end. If you'd like to see more content like this, likes and shares are always appreciated, and if you really like what we're doing here at the channel, join our community, hit subscribe, and ring that bell. Also consider supporting the channel on Patreon, so we can keep making quality content just like this. Check out the link in the description. And as always, thanks for watching, and keep questing.